Meet Spud, the adventurous English Bulldog, who is on a quest to find the biggest bone ever. He packs his little backpack and sets off towards the mysterious forest filled with tall trees and hidden treasures. Along the way, he meets a wise old owl who gives him a clue about the biggest bone being hidden in the mountains. With newfound determination, Spud begins to climb the steep, rocky path leading to the towering mountains. After a long trek, he takes a moment to rest and admire the beautiful valley below, feeling grateful for his adventure. Suddenly, he spots a friendly deer who hints that the biggest bone might be hidden in a nearby cave. Spud bravely enters the dark cave, where shimmering crystals light up his path, filling him with excitement. To his astonishment, he uncovers the biggest bone he's ever seen, buried among sparkly gems. With immense pride, Spud carries the giant bone out of the cave where his friends gather to celebrate his incredible find. They set up a fun picnic in a sunny meadow, sharing treats and enjoying the glorious day together. As the sun sets, Spud happily gnaws on his giant bone, feeling grateful for the day's adventures and wonderful friends. As night falls, Spud drifts off to sleep, dreaming of more adventures that await him under the sparkling stars. In his dreams, he soars through a magical world filled with fluffy clouds and friendly creatures, ready for even more exciting adventures. Waking up to the sweet sound of birds, Spud stretches and realizes today is another day for adventure. He eagerly packs his backpack once more, ready to explore new places with the sun rising, promising exciting possibilities ahead. With a wagging tail, Spud sets off down a beautiful trail where flowers bloom and friendly creatures wave goodbye. Soon he finds a sparkling stream and leaps in joy, splashing water around as he enjoys the refreshing coolness. At the stream, he meets a group of playful puppies, and they quickly become friends, chasing each other with joy. Spud takes the puppies on an exciting adventure through a meadow, where they laugh and leap to catch fluttering butterflies. After their playful escapade, they settle under a shady tree, sharing snacks and enjoying their newfound friendship. As the sun sets, Spud and his puppy friends cuddle together, feeling grateful for the adventures and memories they've created. As the day comes to an end, Spud bids farewell to his new friends, promising to meet again for more adventures. With a heart full of joy, Spud strolls home under the glowing moonlight, already dreaming of the next day's adventures. Finally home, he finds his cozy doghouse and a delicious bowl of food waiting for him, a perfect end to an exciting day. As he munches on his meal, Spud reflects on the day's adventures, feeling content under the twinkling stars. Snuggling into his soft bed, Spud drifts off to sleep, dreaming of the adventures waiting just around the corner. In his dreams, Spud finds himself in an enchanted forest, where he meets a friendly dragon eager to take him on an unforgettable flying adventure. Soaring high above the clouds, Spud feels the rush of wind and pure excitement as he glides through the beautiful blue sky. They arrive at a magical candy castle, where Spud can't resist tasting a giant lollipop, enjoying the most delicious flavors. As colorful candy creatures dance around them, Spud and the dragon share laughter, creating unforgettable memories in this magical place. They join in the fun, playing games with the candy creatures, surrounded by colorful balloons and streamers, celebrating their new friendship. As the sun sets, Spud and the dragon relax on a giant marshmallow cloud, indulging in a feast of sweet treats and savoring their adventure. With a thoughtful gaze towards the horizon, Spud reflects on the day's magical experiences, filled with joy and wonder. Meet Spud the Bulldog, who decided it was finally time to hit the slopes and go skiing in the snowy mountains. At first, Spud found putting on his ski boots quite tricky, but he was determined to join the fun. With a little help, Spud was finally ready to ski, and his first run down the slope was nothing short of exhilarating. But just like any beginner, Spud had his fair share of tumbles, landing right into a soft snowbank. After a little shake-off, Spud was ready to conquer the slopes once more, buoyed by the cheers of his new friends. With practice, Spud began to master skiing, zooming down the slopes like a pro and enjoying every moment. After a fun-filled day of skiing, Spud and his friends warmed up by the fire, sharing laughs and hot cocoa under the beautiful sunset. As the day came to an end, Spud realized that skiing was just the beginning of many more winter adventures to come. Exhausted but happy, Spud snuggled up in the cabin, dreaming about all the snow-filled adventures that lay ahead. The next morning, Spud woke up to a winter wonderland, ready for another exciting day filled with snow and fun. Spud couldn't resist joining in on the fun, digging into the snow and helping his friends build the biggest snowman ever. With a final touch, Spud added his paw print to the snowman. Then off he went, gliding effortlessly down the slope once more. Spud was now a skiing superstar, impressing everyone with his speed and skill, making the most of this snowy paradise. As the day came to a close, Spud was awarded a medal for bravery, celebrated by all his friends for being such a great little skier. With his shiny medal and a heart full of memories, Spud knew this was just the beginning of his winter adventures with friends. As his friends left, Spud settled in for the night, dreaming of more snowy escapades that awaited him. The next day brought even more snow, and Spud's heart raced with excitement for all the new adventures that awaited him. With boundless energy, Spud leaped outside, ready to embrace another fun-filled day in the winter wonderland. With newfound confidence, Spud raced down the slopes, even joining in a playful snowball fight with his friends. Feeling like a champion, Spud loved being the center of attention as he helped his friends build an epic snow fort. From behind the snow fort, Spud was ready to sneak attack his friends in a hilarious snowball battle. After an epic snowball fight, Spud and his friends celebrated their fun, covered in snow and laughter as the day ended beautifully. That night, Spud snuggled by the fire, savoring the warmth while listening to stories of adventure from his friends. As Spud drifted off to sleep, dreams of new skiing adventures filled his mind, ready for another magical day. The next morning, Spud woke up excited for another day, ready to dive into a hearty breakfast with his friends. With breakfast finished, Spud and his friends studied the ski resort map, chatting about all the exciting runs they wanted to explore. Eager to try something new, Spud took the lead on an exciting ski trail, darting through the trees with pure joy. At a breathtaking viewpoint, Spud paused to take in the beauty around him, while his friends snapped photos to capture the moment. With a burst of energy, Spud bounced down the final stretch of the trail, leaving a trail of tiny paw prints in the sparkling snow. Spud reached the bottom to cheers and applause, excitedly high-fiving his friends for another successful run. After an exhilarating day, Spud and his friends settled into the cabin, warming up with hot cocoa and reminiscing about their fun-filled adventures. As laughter filled the room, Spud relaxed, soaking in the warmth and joy of being surrounded by his friends after an exciting day. The next morning, Spud was thrilled to see a fresh snowfall outside, turning the world into a dazzling winter wonderland. Without hesitation, Spud dashed outside, leaping into the snow, while his friends enjoyed sledding down the nearby hills. Spud hopped onto a sled ready to slide down the hill, and soon he was soaring through the air with his friends. After an exhilarating ride, Spud landed perfectly in the snow, prompting cheers and applause from his friends. Feeling proud of their teamwork, Spud and his friends posed for a photo in front of their magnificent snow fort. With warm drinks in hand, Spud and his friends eagerly discussed their next adventure, while also admiring the ice skating nearby. When it was time to skate, Spud gave it a go, wobbling on the ice but loving every moment as his friends cheered him on. With a little practice, Spud found his rhythm, gliding effortlessly across the ice with a huge smile. Feeling like a star, Spud even tried a little spin on the ice, earning applause from all the kids watching. As the day came to an end, Spud and his friends captured their fun memories with a goofy group photo on the ice. Back at the cabin, Spud cozied up by the fire, feeling grateful for a day filled with fun and friendship. Once upon a time, there was a brave English bulldog named Spud who loved adventures. One sunny day, Spud decided to go on a quest with his best friend Lily to find the biggest bone in the world. They walked through a colorful garden filled with beautiful flowers, smelling all the sweet scents. After a while, they came across a sparkling river where they stopped to drink some fresh water and take a little rest. While resting, Spud noticed something shiny under a big rock. It was a treasure map that could lead them to the biggest bone. Excited, Spud and Lily studied the treasure map closely to see where it would take them. Just then, a wise old owl flew down and perched on a branch, ready to offer them some helpful advice. The wise old owl told them that to find the biggest bone, they needed to venture into the dark forest ahead. Spud and Lily looked at each other, feeling a mix of excitement and bravery. With a deep breath, Spud and Lily entered the dark forest, surrounded by towering trees. Suddenly, glowing fireflies appeared, lighting up their path and making the forest feel magical. As they ventured deeper, they met a friendly bear named Benny, who offered to help them. Benny smiled and pointed to a giant bone sticking out of the ground nearby, saying it was the biggest one he had ever seen. Spud, Lily, and Benny jumped for joy around the giant bone, celebrating their amazing find. Colorful balloons floated in the air as they cheered together, feeling like true champions of adventure. They decided to take a special picture with Benny and the giant bone to remember their adventure. Then they laid out a happy picnic blanket next to the bone, filled with delicious snacks and treats to enjoy together. As they shared snacks, Spud, Lily, and Benny laughed and told stories about their favorite adventures. The sun began to set in the background, painting the sky with beautiful colors, making the moment even more special. When it was time to leave, Spud and Lily hugged Benny goodbye, promising to return for more adventures. As they made their way back, a trail of fireflies lit up the path, guiding them home safely. One sunny day, Spud the English Bulldog was playing in the park with his two friends, Lily and Leah. They spotted a big old school building that looked like it had many secrets. With their hearts racing, they decided to explore the old school. Inside, they found dusty classrooms filled with old desks and colorful drawings that told stories from long ago. Lily and Leah peeked into a classroom where the chalkboard was covered in old writing. Meanwhile, Spud the Bulldog sniffed around, discovering a forgotten book lying on the floor. Lily opened the book excitedly, and Leah and Spud watched in wonder. As the pages flipped, magical pictures and stories about the school came to life. Suddenly, colorful illustrations of dragons, fairies, and unicorns jumped off the pages. Lily and Leah laughed as the magical creatures danced around them, filling the room with joy. Spud the Bulldog playfully tried to catch a friendly fairy that was buzzing around his nose. Lily and Leah held hands, surrounded by swirling magical sparkles that lit up the classroom. The friendly fairy invited Lily, Leah, and Spud to follow her through a magical portal in the wall. They stepped into a beautiful enchanted garden filled with vibrant flowers and sparkling lights. In the enchanted garden, Lily, Leah, and Spud explored with wide smiles on their faces. Above them, a rainbow arched over the garden, and magical creatures flew joyfully around. Once, Spud couldn't resist chasing the colorful butterflies fluttering around the flowers. Lily and Leah giggled as they watched Spud's playful antics, causing a little chaos in the garden. In his excitement, Spud jumped into a flower bed, sending petals flying everywhere. Lily and Leah laughed as they rushed over to help Spud get back on his paws. Spud shook off the petals, looking confused but happy as the butterflies swirled around him. Lily and Leah clapped their hands, cheering for Spud's playful spirit and joyful chase. The butterflies led Spud, Lily, and Leah to a hidden treasure chest under a big old tree. They gasped in amazement as they opened it, revealing sparkling jewels and colorful candies. Once, Spud's eyes widened with excitement as he sniffed the jewels and candies, wondering if they were tasty. Lily and Leah giggled, picking up sparkling jewels, their faces filled with joy at their magical discovery. Curiously, Spud licked a shiny jewel, looking puzzled as he realized it didn't taste like food. Meanwhile, Lily and Leah sat on the grass, sharing candies and laughing together, enjoying their sweet find. Seeing the happy looks on their faces, Spud wagged his tail joyfully, surrounded by jewels and candies. Lily and Leah then decided that they should share their magical treasure with all their friends. Lily and Leah carefully filled a big bag with jewels and candies, their smiles shining brightly. Spud playfully barked, excited to see what fun adventures awaited them as they prepared to leave the enchanting garden. Together, Lily, Leah, and Spud walked back through the magical portal, carrying their treasure with excitement. As they stepped into the classroom, everything returned to normal, with the old desks and chalkboard back in place. Lily and Leah sat at their desks, looking at the treasures spread out before them with wide eyes. Spud lay next to them, wearing a cute little crown made of jewels, feeling like a royal bulldog. Lily and Leah began sharing stories about their magical adventure with Spud, their voices full of excitement. The classroom filled with laughter as their friends gathered around to hear the tale of the enchanted garden and its treasures. Spud stood proudly as Lily and Leah showed their friends the jewels, his tail wagging happily. A group of children sat in a circle, captivated by the story being told, their eyes sparkling with wonder. Spud the English Bulldog and his best friend Lily were ready for a mysterious adventure. They stood at the edge of a dark forest, feeling a mix of excitement and a little bit of fear. But Spud wagged his tail and led the way, while Lily giggled and followed closely behind. Suddenly, a friendly squirrel appeared on a tree branch and waved at them. Lily asked the squirrel if it knew where they could find treasure, and the squirrel pointed to a hidden path. Excitedly, Spud and Lily followed the hidden path, and soon a beautiful rainbow appeared in the sky. At the end of the path, they found a magical treasure chest filled with gold coins and sparkling jewels, surrounded by tiny, fairy-like creatures. Lily and Spud laughed with the magical creatures as they shared their treasure and showed off their magical powers. As the sun began to set, Lily and Spud waved goodbye to their new friends, promising to return for more adventures. With hearts full of joy and a glowing map in hand, they happily walked home, dreaming of their next adventure. They arrived at their cozy cottage, where a delicious dinner was waiting for them, filled with laughter and stories. As they sat at the table, Lily excitedly shared her adventure with Spud, making everyone laugh and smile. That night, under a starry sky, Lily snuggled into bed with Spud by her side, dreaming of more magical adventures to come. In her dreams, Lily flew with fairies and danced with coins, while Spud snored peacefully, happy to be her friend. As the sun rose, painting the sky with beautiful colors, Lily stretched awake, ready for another exciting day. Over a bright breakfast filled with colorful fruit, Lily and Spud chatted excitedly about their next adventure. Lily took out the glowing map and pointed at a new spot, while Spud's tail wagged with excitement, ready for the next journey. With smiles on their faces, Lily and Spud stepped out of the cottage, ready to explore the enchanting forest once more. They followed a trail of colorful flowers with butterflies fluttering around them, making the world feel even more magical. Suddenly, Lily spotted a giant tree with a door carved into it and pointed excitedly, while Spud barked happily, eager to discover what was inside. Lily slowly opened the door, revealing a sparkling light inside, while Spud peeked in, curious and excited. Inside the tree was a magical garden filled with glowing flowers and friendly creatures, and both Lily and Spud's faces lit up with amazement. Spud the English Bulldog and his best friend Lily were ready for a mysterious adventure. They stood at the edge of a dark forest, feeling a mix of excitement and a little bit of fear. But Spud wagged his tail and led the way, while Lily giggled and followed closely behind. Suddenly, a friendly squirrel appeared on a tree branch and waved at them. Lily asked the squirrel if it knew where they could find treasure, and the squirrel pointed to a hidden path. Excitedly, Spud and Lily followed the hidden path, and soon a beautiful rainbow appeared in the sky. At the end of the path, they found a magical treasure chest filled with gold coins and sparkling jewels, surrounded by tiny, fairy-like creatures. Lily and Spud laughed with the magical creatures as they shared their treasure and showed off their magical powers. As the sun began to set, Lily and Spud waved goodbye to their new friends, promising to return for more adventures. With hearts full of joy and a glowing map in hand, they happily walked home, dreaming of their next adventure. They arrived at their cozy cottage, where a delicious dinner was waiting for them, filled with laughter and stories. As they sat at the table, Lily excitedly shared her adventure with Spud, making everyone laugh and smile. That night, under a starry sky, Lily snuggled into bed with Spud by her side, dreaming of more magical adventures to come. In her dreams, Lily flew with fairies and danced with coins, while Spud snored peacefully, happy to be her friend. As the sun rose, painting the sky with beautiful colors, Lily stretched awake, ready for another exciting day. Over a bright breakfast filled with colorful fruit, Lily and Spud chatted excitedly about their next adventure. Lily took out the glowing map and pointed at a new spot, while Spud's tail wagged with excitement, ready for the next journey. With smiles on their faces, Lily and Spud stepped out of the cottage, ready to explore the enchanting forest once more. They followed a trail of colorful flowers with butterflies fluttering around them, making the world feel even more magical. Suddenly, Lily spotted a giant tree with a door carved into it and pointed excitedly, while Spud barked happily, eager to discover what was inside. Lily slowly opened the door, revealing a sparkling light inside, while Spud peeked in, curious and excited. Inside the tree was a magical garden filled with glowing flowers and friendly creatures, and both Lily and Spud's faces lit up with amazement. They opened the door. They were greeted by a dazzling forest full of sparkling lights and vibrant flowers. Excited, Lily and Spud followed a glowing path that led them to a magnificent waterfall shimmering in all the colors of the rainbow. They stood in awe, mesmerized by the beauty of the enchanted waterfall and the playful creatures that danced around it. Lily couldn't resist. She reached out to touch the sparkling water, while Spud joyfully splashed around in the pond. Lily laughed as the water splashed her face, while Spud shook off the water and made silly faces, making them both giggle. Just then, a magical squirrel revealed magical secrets about the enchanted land, and suddenly a glowing necklace appeared behind the waterfall. This necklace was not just beautiful. It had magical powers that could make all her wishes come true. Spud and Lily couldn't wait to see what fun and exciting tales would be ahead. Lily's only wish was for happiness and joy all year round. But suddenly, as they left the enchanted waterfall, a dark cloud appeared over the world.